Oh, what a sweetie. This one greeted me when I got here today. So I am at one of my favorite places to shop, and that is the Cluttered Coop. I will make sure that the address is again in the description. And you know, I gotta tell you how how tough this can be. So I am very respectful of not coming into shows and videoing and places and shops, gathering up all the goodies, and then putting the video out there. That's just kind of not fair. So I am here and I get to see all of these incredible things that are going to be available here tomorrow morning or Saturday morning. This episode will probably air on Saturday evening. But I'm not going to be able to shop myself until she opens the shop tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock. So you talk about, I'm like a kid in the candy store, and I've got to come back tomorrow morning at 10 to be able to shop. That's tough. Love this cutting board here, like a riser that is so nice and solid. It's a piece of butcher block. That sweet piggy cutting board. That is nice. She got a price on that one. $25. That might even be made out of cherry. It's nice and heavy. But Ariana's got the shop just looking amazing. She had a lot of sales after the last day that she was open. And oh, look, there's one of those. I do collect these mercantile boxes where the shop owners or the mercantiles would have had several. So I don't necessarily collect the container, but I collect the boxes that all of the spices would have been in for my kitchen. And there's one for vanilla. Very sweet. Oh, I like that. Is that a mincemeat? That is a mincemeat bucket. Get out. Very nice. You know, I didn't used to have quite the same kind of a problem of I would see things and it was, yep, that's for the shop. Yes, buy it. That's for the shop. Now we have the Cape. And I'm going to want to really be filling that up with some of these wonderful prim finds. So it's getting a little harder for me because so many of these things I'm going to want to be putting into the house. Nice, love those mashers. I don't see, oh, that one's got a price on it. Is this one? That one's got a price on it too. Oh, I like that screen too. I think last time she had a whole set of sifters. Nice. And then that great scale there. That's a nice big one. The egg crate. Some of the noodle boards or bread boards for cutting boards for over the edge of the stove. That's always makes a nice look. And then just a huge collection of the old wooden spoons. Now I'm going to show you something that maybe you haven't thought about ever before, but because my grandmother was left-handed, my German grandma, my Oma, and I am also left-handed. My mother gifted me with my grandmother's wooden spoon. And I'm going to show you something real quick here that when you're out and about, you'll be able to tell if the owner of the spoon was left-handed or right-handed. And you're going to say, no, that's just silly. There's no way. But it's true. Now, I don't know if there are any in here, but when you use the same wooden spoon over and over again, when I would with my left hand, I would stir this way. And so this right-hand side of my spoon and the right-hand side of my grandmother's spoon is worn down on that right side. But if you're a righty, so I'm going to switch hands here for the camera. If you are a right-handed person, you're going to stir this direction. And so in that case, the left-hand side of the spoon. If it's the only spoon that you use or your favorite spoon, then that side will be worn down. So I'm really curious how many people might have some of those worn down. Okay, so here's an example. That one definitely has some wear, but that wear is more on the one side. Not a lefty. Not a lefty. So yeah, it's just something that when you really truly have yourself used a wooden spoon that way, that often, that same spoon, then you'll see how that wear will happen. There's a whole stack, that graduated stack of sifters right there. That is really neat. Love that. And here's a knife holder with a really nice great engraving there in the top. Oh my gosh, she's got some really wonderful pieces ready to go for this open house. There's a whole stack of sap bucket lids, which are awesome on crocks. I couldn't tell you right now. A lot of the crocks have the same size opening on the top, even if it's a 4-gallon, a 5-gallon, 6-gallon, whatever. They're just taller. It's just such a cute setting, the way she's got it all set up. There's lots of picket fences. Oh, this would be really cute for the Mr. McGregor's garden, wouldn't it? 1, 2, I think there's only two sets there. Yeah, this is sort of like, it's just fun. It feels sometimes like you really are just digging really prim hunting and finding, as if you were one of the real American pickers, and finding these pieces still in the rough, in the barns, in the chicken coops. Home University bookshelf. This is really sweet. She's got these bookshelves in here now, so all these vintage books in here. I love those covers. The Children of the Abbey. That's got a neat cover there with the roses. Pretty. Rebecca of Sunnybrook Farm. What else can I see here just real quick? The Great West. The Shortstop. Kitty. The Castaway. And if you were wanting to cover some books, whether you have, if you collect some of the early calicos, or you have some of the calicos, reproduction calicos, these are famous frontiersmen, pioneers, and scouts. These are the nice kind of books to do that covering with too, if you wanted to create that kind of a look. Look at that lamp. Nice stoneware lamp. Very nice. Definitely would be a purchase of mine. In the darkest Africa. Just really neat titles here too. Ooh, here's a nice one. A music book, maybe? Leslie's Challenge. No, Leslie's Challenge. Yes, a music book. That's what I thought. I mean, it's all old stuff, but she's got it. If you've watched the video of inside her home, you'll see she just has such a neat way of sorting everything, staging everything, separating, from one booth or one of these. They're almost like separate booths, but one shop, one chicken coop to the next. Oh, there's another nice one. Love that. Well, I will be here on Saturday morning because, like I said, it really wouldn't be fair for me to be shopping now before everybody gets a chance, and so I don't. That wouldn't be nice, much as I'd like to. Nice countertop desk. Very nice. I like the patina on that. And then those S's on the little shed door. This is just such a fun place. It's like Disney World for us primitive lovers. There's a very small grinding wheel. Lots of little candles in sweet little galvanized, cute, spiced coffee. Some hunt boards that the pelts would have been stretched on year after year after year as the hunters were, whether it was rabbit or fox or whatever. Shaker seeds board. Cute. Little sign there. I like the piece behind. Cute. And then the little like wagon bench. Love it. So much to see because there's just so much in here. Layer after layer. Dark old granddad chocolate drops. Thurman's. Is that a chocolate company in your area? It's not one that I'm familiar with. There's a little corn Yellowware mold. It's not perfect, but it's okay. It's loved. Gosh. Sweet pieces. It's a little funnel. Adorable. And this is the checkout area, so when you come and you're ready to pay, this would be the booth that you would come to. Little wooden, what does that say? I can see it better actually through the camera here. Cobbler, tinner, and harness. Complete outfit for general shoe, harness, and tinware. Huh. Interesting label on a box. It's just a little savings bank. Little container, little tin bank to hold some change. Love that little tin coffee pot up there. And these jugs, again, this is another one that I showed you once before that was covered in paint. Well, we might have to, if that's here tomorrow, we might have to take that home and uncover that. See what's underneath, if anything. Sometimes there are surprises underneath. I showed you the picture where I used oven cleaner and took all of the paint off of a beautiful, I saw it in the shape, but you certainly couldn't tell from the outside, of a crock, and it was just was a regular saltware crock covered with, and it had blue, the decorated blue salt glaze, like a bee sting or something like that. Love the, the chicken coop reference here. Very nice. So cute. All right. Love that basket there. Hanging on that door. I saw something back in that first booth in the corner of my eye, and I wanted to go back and see if I can still see it there. Huge container filled with buttons. And those buttons are $1.50 a scoop. And that goes all the way down to the bottom. If you're not interested in doing that, you can get jars completely filled. Look at this. That's an interesting looking bobbin. Really cute. Or a spool. Lots of feed sacks. Some sewing drawers. Like someone on a bike perhaps is home. Some bunnies. This one is such a fun building. What is this? A grain silo, I think. Oh, I kind of echo in here. Look at this lamp. That's neat. A little bit of steampunk going on there. It's an air pump lamp. Very cool. Just so many things. Here's the newspaper print stamps. Now, some of those almost look like downtown. Is that downtown Cleveland, maybe? It's hard to tell because it's upside down and backwards. Very cool. All the stacked boxes. Trunks, the oil cans, if you are into those. Lots of cool tools. She's got these all divided up. That was not like that last month. Door hardware. Several of the mason jars. Such a fun shop. Ooh, there's another lamp. What is that? Is that a corn sheller, I think? It doesn't say, but I'm sure that's what that is. So the corn cobs would have gone in here. Cool. I think they call that steampunk. All right, well, we'll walk back to the first booth because I thought there was something else I wanted to catch in there. The stuff outside is so sweet as well. No, there's looks like a copper pot over there with the green verdigris on it. These great wash tubs. These are just awesome with plants in them or on your porch, on the side of your shed. Lots of sap buckets here. Oh, look at all these very cool bricks. Whole collection there, different ones. So lots of shutters. And this would make a great shelf or for a picture rack. You could put also, if you wanted, that's nice. You could also drill and put pegs on that, like shaker pegs. So you'd have the top to put maybe pewter plates or picture frames or something, and then put pegs in it as well. There's a nice little crock down here. This one, oh, I like that little stool. That's a nice crock. That was a lamp. It looks like. What does this say on the bottom? Something. Cooksburg Pottery. Tim. 1982. Very nice. Love that stool. All right. And then this great little pot out here with the flowers. I don't remember which one of these it was that I wanted to go in, but I just love the sound of that gravel under my feet. The sound of that crunch is just so much fun. There's a National Biscuit Company side of a box there. Boy, I thought I caught something out of the corner of my eye when I was in here, and I was mid-sentence about something else, and I do not recall. I don't know what it was that I saw. Well, I'm going to wrap this episode up here. I will make sure that the information is all there about where she's located. If you come to Seville Antiques, this shop is only about 15 minutes south of Seville Antiques. That's always sort of a landmark for me for how far something is. It is just a wee bit south. There's a nice little lunch meat, and I don't know if they're Amish or Mennonite or something, but a shop in that area between Seville Antiques and here called Gossers, and they have ice cream and wonderful coffee drinks. I do like that dry sink with those shelves behind it. That is really a nice piece. Love that grain painting there inside the door. Really sweet. Trying to figure out what's up with the hinges and why the doors are kind of leaning, but really a neat piece. That looks like red paint underneath there. That'd be maybe a nice one to scrape by seeing square nails, perhaps. Yeah, nice cabinet, especially with that top. My great grandmother had a set of spice rack like this when I was a child, in a cabinet that pulled out. They were, I don't know what it was. My great grandfather was quite clever about how he had their kitchen set up with some features that are kind of high end in today's world. The material that they used was your standard, pine covered cabinets, but those he had pull-out shelves, or she rather. My grandfather built it for her, but she had pull-out shelves. There's a nice 1-pound coffee mill. Let's see, I could see it better, I think, this direction. Nice little coffee mill there. Really cute. And just like how she is, they are all gathered together. I hope you do go back. I will link it in my description. But we did go inside the owner's home at Christmas time, and I did a video from there. And it is you have to see it. It's all prim, and yet everything is so perfectly organized. It was really neat. So they are open again Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow is the 27th, Sunday the 28th. So make sure you come out. You can check out their Facebook group, the Cluttered Coop. Get on that page. You'll probably have to request to join, but it is so worth it. And then you'll get the updates and pictures of what's coming in the next sale. She's open about once a month during the good weather season, one weekend a month rather, on the good weather season, and possibly sometimes on other days. But so far this year, it's just been a particular weekend of the year. So what did you see that you would love to have? Are you coming to the sale? Not sure what I think I stepped on a nut. Are you coming to the sale? Have you been here? Have you been to the Cluttered Coop before? There's a whole pile of some of those old bricks. And some pieces for crafts. Ladder back chair. There's a vent for an old barn. And again, those great chippy fence sections. Well, I'm going to wrap this one up. Hope you guys enjoy. Take care, and we will see you in the next one. Keep hunting. These prims are out there, and they're just waiting for you. See you in the next one.